So listen, everyone, if you like Sam Villa, you are going to love today's episode. If you happen to be from the beauty industry and you've never heard of Sam Villa, you are also going to love this podcast episode. Sam is one of the legends of our industry. He's won numerous NAHA awards for Best Educator. He travels the world teaching from stages, and he just has so much incredible wisdom to share. And if somehow you've stumbled across this podcast, you're not from our industry, you have no idea what I'm talking about, you still are going to enjoy the valuable content coming, because this man, Sam Villa, is so inspiring and has nuggets here that will be valuable for anyone living their life. I recently had the chance to stand next to Sam at an event in Toronto, Canada. Got to sit with him for a couple minutes, asking some critical questions about things that he's learned over his career, advice that he has, tips and techniques. I really want you to listen closely. His voice is a little bit hoarse. He has been doing tons of presentations, so the sound quality is a little bit off. But listen closely. There's so much value being dropped from Sam Villa right here.
Welcome to the Salon Scoop, a podcast by Salon S.O.S. I'm your host, Scott Moon, the founder of Salon S.O.S., and I'm obsessed with helping salon professionals live their best life. In this show, we shop talk all things salon to bring you real-life stories, debates, entertainment, and inspiration to help you find happiness and success in this beautiful industry. If you work in the salon industry in any capacity, this podcast is open to you. So set down your scissors or rinse out that toner and let's get into it. Tell us, what is the most important piece of advice that you've received in your career?
I'll never forget when I was advised by my father, actually, and the comment that he made, because my father is a barber, he said, Sam, if you can help people get what they want, you will get what you want.
How do you keep up with the latest trends in the industry?
Well, number one, as a teacher, I must never cease to learn. So I'm trying to take as many classes as time permits. So I think there's so much information. It's so important as a hairdresser, we must never cease to learn. So by me going out there and learning, I get these little nuggets and these little pieces of what I see. My biggest means and resource for trends is social. I love getting on social, and that's where I see all of these looks. But what's really challenging is taking all of those and making it friendly, making it commercial friendly, and making it educational for the salons to embrace.
What is the biggest obstacle you faced in your career, and how did you overcome it?
Wow. It was something that happened to me in beauty school. I grew up pretty much as an athlete, and I dropped out of college to go to beauty school. And I'll never forget one day, my teacher pulled me over and she said, Sam, you see your client underneath the dryer? The rollers are falling out. So I want you to lift the hood, apologize, and I want you to really put those rollers in there. As I walked away, she said to me, you might want to think about doing something else. And here today, I stand. What she didn't realize is the comment that she made was to an athlete. And when someone told me I couldn't do it, I had to prove them that I could. If I can do the things that I do as a hairdresser, you can do it too. The only difference between you and I, we're human beings. The only difference is maybe I practice these things a little bit more than you.
What trend do you think will dominate the industry in the next year?
The next trend I see coming is a natural progression. So what do I mean by natural thing? It's a natural thing that's going to happen next. It's not going to be something we have to search for. So the next natural trend that I see is going to be side parts. Why? Because we've been parting hair in the middle for so long. So side parts are going to start to happen, and you're going to see them go high and drop down. So you're going to start to see side saddle fringes. The next thing is length. You're going to start to see things get more medium length and short. Why? Because we've been cutting long hair shags for a while. So in order to grow those layers out, the shorter you take the length, the quicker the layers come out. Now, I'm not saying that I see that possibly dominating, but it's not meant for everybody. But yet, as a hairdresser, it's important for me to know, what are all these trends? What do all these names mean? Wolf, we had animals showing up. A wolf, an octopus, a cub, the kitty, the hush. You know, I'm thinking about all these names. Do you like them? It's not a matter if you like them. I'm going to ask you, do you know them? Instead of looking at your phone, going to the back room and saying, what's a cub cut? And looking it up. It's important that education is number one on your list to stay above trends. So you're going to see bobs, layers growing out longer, and you see movement going to the side.
What is an underrated skill that you think every salon professional needs to develop?
Simple. Roller sets. Yes, that's right, roller sets. Why, Sam? Because we're seeing this Baroque kind of feeling happening now, where hair is getting big again. So why roller sets? Understanding on base, over directed base, half base, in terms of rollers. So now when you're working with your round brushes, I want you to think about that as you're drawing. Are you drawing on base, half base, over directed base? What's the end result that you want? And I think that's a skill set that we've completely forgotten about. So now I'm picking up Velcro rollers a lot more because I want that high arc in the French, or I want a little bit more volume. So I'm much more aware now of where I'm placing that roller, over directed, on base, or half base.
What's the most rewarding part of being a salon professional to you?
Transforming lives. How we transform lives. I think the hairdresser that's going to win in the future, and I want you to listen to this, the hairdresser that's going to win in the future is the one that chooses to stand behind the chair and become an educator. The one that continues to be a conversationalist, you're going to get left behind. So I want you to become an educator. The proper thing is, Sam, what do you mean? I want you to take the client's phone when you're blow drying them and teach them how to blow dry. I want you to videotape it with their phone. Put it on your mirror. I'm there, blow drying. I'm putting the product, I'm showing them the product, having them put it on the other half of the head. I'm blow drying, I hand them the blow dryer and brush. Now, can you imagine at the end of that appointment, you're handing their phone back and you're saying, here's your own personal tutorial. I'll be there every morning with you. Just place me on your vanity and we'll blow dry your hair together. That's an experience, and that's the way for the future. An educator behind the chair.
There you have it. Wisdom coming from the legendary Sam Villa. I'm so glad that I was able to spend a few minutes with him to capture his insights. Hope that you were inspired. Hope that you learned something that you can take away into your own practice. And please, please, please share this episode with anyone who's a Sam Villa fan. Let's spread Sam's message to as many people in our industry that can benefit as possible. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll catch you on our next episode. Thank you so much for listening to the Salon Scoop podcast. This show is produced by Salon S.O.S, a digital marketing agency by industry professionals for industry professionals. If you want simple and affordable solutions for any of your salon marketing needs, such as websites, client loyalty, Google search rankings, social media, or more, come visit us at salonsos.ca or on Instagram at salon.s.o.s. If you want to hear more episodes like this and help us continue to bring the industry great content, it would mean so much to us if you would support us in one of the following ways. Either share this episode with one other industry professional, and rate the show on Spotify or write us a quick review on Apple Music. We want to hear your feedback. If you have follow-up questions or ideas for future episodes, please reach out. DM us on Instagram at salonus.s.o.s or hit us up on our website again at salonsos.ca. Again, thanks so much for listening. Now go get your hustle on, keep smiling, and we'll catch you on our next episode.